All right, we'll call the meeting to order at 8:32 a.m. First up is we need to approve and sign the minutes from the October 29th select board meeting. Chance to review. Is there any changes to be made? Being none, I'll make a motion to accept the minutes. Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And Scott will sign in the office.
Yep.
I just used blue pen. Sorry.
Okay. You're starting to see that a little more, honestly.
Okay.
I don't know if it's just a thing, but
Up next, Judy worked diligently yesterday with Horizons engineer Steve to put together a application for the pandemic emergency relief fund through Grafton County to for $50,000 to help us with the cost of the replacement of a damaged water main off of Route 3 in Woodstock.
yeah, they had 500,000 allocated with 39 potential, well, qualifying recipients.
Yeah.
So Steve thought it would be fair to ask for 50 for this project.
Great.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
so he helped, and he put together a new cost. It's looking like, as of right now, it's now increased to 260,000.
Oh, that's not too bad.
And our project timeline, well, you guys can see it
Yeah.
actually, because I did get it uploaded, so never mind, sorry.
No, that
So I
looks
would-
good to me, so I'll make a motion to put forth the application to Grafton County. Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
I'll
Aye.
do the rest.
Okay, you just need one signature.
Yeah, I just need it.
But this pen, it was gone. That's okay. All right,
All right, so this, hopefully every little bit will help.
so then, we also have on here the Horizon Engineering water main exposure. That's involving this, so this,
No.
no, this is.
This is the one down by 5 Main.
Yep,
This we're applying for to help kind of absorb some of the cost of Moore Street. where it
Moore Street, when we
keeps
get there.
increasing. Yeah.
Yep.
This one's
Uh,
just to do the engineering work for the exposed water main in the river.
Okay,
Roughly 15,000.
is the cost, the engineering cost?
Just the engineering cost. The
Yep.
whole project with engineering is rough. Guesstimate right now
Yeah,
is about 90,000, I think.
so about 100.
Right, Scott?
100.
Right, 80 to 90, but he needs to do the engineering first, so I figured we should vote this through, get the engineering done. We have enough in the capital reserve to do it anyway, so, but I mean, I
Yeah.
think we, just to get things going, so we're ready in the spring to go right at it, just in case something happened.
Yep, that sounds good. So, motion to enter into an agreement with Horizons Engineer to, address the water main exposure.
To engineer the water main exposure
Yeah.
repair.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Good. Well, at this point, we're gonna pop into a non-public session under RSA 91-A:2 under B personnel.
Okay, so if
Stop
you just
recording.
stop us,
Pause it.
yeah.
So we're gonna come back out of non-public and back into public session. First up is to review and approve the police and emergency management budgets. So thank you, Kevin, for presenting these. We're looking to suggest a slight modification to the full-time payroll budget line to 600,000. and the part-time, up the part-time a little bit to 15,000. We have some officers that we're looking to help come on and help fill some hours, and so, we'll need a little bit of extra there.
Kevin, are you in agreement with that, so I can change
I
both
am.
your numbers so that the police and selectmen agree, right?
Yes.
And then, special details kind of remains the same, right?
Yes.
Does you, at one time, we had talked briefly about potentially, looking at some software for calendar, for scheduling that could, people could access it on their phone
Yes.
and all that. Do you think your operating expenses will have enough in that to absorb something like that if we were to
So
pursue that further?
yes, there is a very expensive program that's required for accreditation.
Okay,
And in speaking with the rep, he wanted to sell us a suite of
Yeah.
programs. One of them is time management. It's a schedule building platform.
Yep.
It's like $4,000. And, you know, of course, I'm not cheap, I'm frugal.
yeah,
Said, I don't know, $4,000 for a calendar. I got it free on Microsoft Word.
right.
He says, well, tell you what, chief, he says, I was a chief too. He's like, there's this other program, it's like $400 a month. Why don't you go take a look at that? And so rather than just jumping on that, Officer Vale had identified a program that she liked that her friends are using.
Okay,
And I put her in charge of this project to go ahead and see if you can locate or identify the best option for us.
great,
Now, the one she found first is very heavy on details and shift bidding for bigger agencies. So it gives you your schedule on the calendar and it shows who's sick and you can jump in on that shift if you want to. I really need something that creates a schedule or, you know, some kind of like, a system where everybody can look on their telephone and see 3 months out.
Yeah.
And yes, I think that product has it. And the short answer is, I think we can cut that cost of $4,000 in half. I believe it'll be absorbed by my operations budget. I went ahead and paid for one of our programs called Clear, now with the money left in today's budget.
Okay.
So that's gonna be $1,000 off of next year's budget. And I'm trying to do the same with a couple other things to just kind of ease up.
Yep.
But I don't know that I need to add money to the budget to get that option.
Okay.
Next year, if we want to move forward with accreditation, I'm gonna have to commit to some of these programs that are valuable. They're valuable. They're valuable to us and expensive too.
Yeah.
But I'll budget that next year.
Fair enough, great. Thank you. And prosecution, they said that'll be the same.
Hasn't changed. Of course, the attorney is not being paid what she deserves. She'd rather be here than working for defense. Defense can pay her much more money. So one of the things that Kevin Foss has done in Campton is he's taken on Waterville Valley.
Okay.
And so those cases, I believe they're gonna pay per case. There's an agreement that's gonna offer her more money by taking them on with minimal work because Waterville Valley doesn't have the caseload that we do. So our part of this is gonna stay the same, but our attorney is gonna receive some benefits that are above what we've been giving her.
Great. Okay. And then, the vehicle maintenance went down a bit, and that's because of that transmission that we had budgeted for last year.
Last year, we had an emergency where the transmission went and they quoted me $8,000.
Right,
And I stamped my feet a little bit and I said, hey, look, you just replaced the motor in that car. There is no way in the world that the transmission went also. It has to be related.
Yeah.
We went through Stellantis and after, I don't know, a month or two, they finally said, we'll tell you what, we'll cover it. So that $8,000 goes back to the town.
okay,
We had talked in our last meeting about earmarking, because we talked about, taking the year off and purchasing a cruiser. And we talked about moving that up to $8,000, but earmarking it only for a major repair approved by the board,
okay,
because we were gonna keep that
thank you for reminding me of that.
cruiser of
Yeah.
that, so I think we do wanna leave it at 38.
So I should also tell you that at this moment, I'm negotiating with Team O'Neill. To
Yeah.
potentially take one of our spare cars there and give it to them in return for training, which we've done in the past. The value of the last charger we gave them was $15,000 to them. So we received $15,000 in training and we've exhausted that. I would like it if they would purchase our spare car rather than auction it.
Okay.
Or trading it in, because trade-in value is 4,000 and the auction is a gamble.
Right,
So if they give us 15 and the board is in agreement, I will send the spare car out to T-Mobile.
15,000?
If that's with a number, they're looking into it. I don't know if they even want it, but if they come back and say that they do, I think that's where we're gonna get the most value.
We did do that.
Yes.
Makes sense, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, so the cameras stay, we're going to table the charger for a year, right, you said?
Mhm.
But we're gonna put 8,000 back into police vehicle maintenance. And then police equipment, we have that out on a schedule, so,
Mhm.
okay.
Yep.
So, I don't have that part in front of me, so quick number, what's our bottom line now? Actually, I might be able to, 600. 15. 135 plus 3. So grand total of wages and operating is gonna be, 758 even.
I come up with 792.
If you do 615 in wages, right?
Mm-hmm.
Plus you got 135,000
Right.
in operating plus another 8,000 that we just put back into it. I get 758 for that, for the grand
Oh, for
total
the- up
wages
the
and
top.
operating.
Okay,
Yeah.
I was bringing the whole thing
Yeah,
down.
Nope,
And
do
then-
that. And then 102 minus 60 would be 42, so then you add 42,000. So then you're at 800,000 is your total, grand total.
Cause I forgot the 8,000.
Thank you very much for, putting a pause on the,
I think it's the right thing to do, especially where the newest iteration of those cars is unproven.
Yeah.
And we could potentially see some very expensive repairs if we go to a different brand. So then that will affect our vehicle maintenance. I'm comfortable with that, and, you know, in exchange, maybe we get some brand new police officers that are really, really excited to be here. That's uplifting for me.
awesome, so. On that then, I make a motion, what did I just say?
800.
800,000, so I make a motion to, accept and put forward to the budget committee, the police department budget, in the amount of 800,000, do I have a second?
Yes.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Very good. And then we have emergency management, which looks like it is the same as last year. You guys don't have any payroll? Oh, that's only if there's an emergency.
Right.
Okay. And we have,
I think, even when I end up working overtime for emergency management, it's always kind of just been paid under, the police department. I don't know that I've seen anything different. What I use this for at the end of the year is buying, equipment. If we, you know, so need it. This year, I think I've spent $2,000 on signage. We used to have a barricade for the parade. This year, I think you're gonna see a diamond sign on a tripod that says road closed, and then an officer there. And then I bought 2 of those. There's also 2 more diamonds that say accident ahead. So if we were to place those out in the traffic, you don't have to stop and talk to everybody at the window when they come up and say, what's going on? They can see the signage.
Yep.
They'll also be useful during flooding. You know, road closed,
yeah,
Mhm.
right?
Yep.
We don't have to put a police officer there anymore. Somebody circumvents the sign and drowns their car, well, sorry, can't help you.
okay. So I make a motion to accept the emergency management budget for 8,200, do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any other business? Being
I
none,
just-
I would-
Oh, just a quickie,
Oh,
I spoke with Jesse for about half an hour yesterday on all the different projects we had. But he's with this with the centrifuge thing, he's gonna arrange for us to go up after the first of the year with us to go check that one out in Littleton, and also to go check out another one that they have Centrises are actually put in. So we can, over the next 2 or 3 months, really come up with a firm decision. And I think I get the feeling, and then he and Kathy are working on the possible financing for the Route 3 water main. So
Oh, great.
that's it.
Has anybody checked in on a head lately? On Peeling Place?
It's all good, I
Um,
think. It's all good.
I'm gonna call.
Nope, they're moving forward. They're gonna be breaking ground, I think, in the spring.
They got
Okay, well, I'm
permission.
gonna-
Yeah, they did. They got the elevation squared away. So
With the new
No,
flood map for
They,
FEMA.
they've got that. It was very minimal change and it's been submitted and that's
Right.
what they're waiting on.
it's all
Very-
good.
Well, because when I spoke to them the first of October. And they said they were waiting for the new engineering, that they
They-
could present to FEMA in order to go back to where we were again.
No, they have to send it to DES. They adjusted their plans to meet the FEMA and it was just a little corner and they just had to change one little thing in there, right, Scott?
Yeah,
And
they're
it's-
all set
they-
now. I mean, it looks very good to go. They have to redo the financing a bit, but it looks very good to go forward in the spring. But the floodplain thing is all squared away.
All right.
Great.
That was an issue, because at one point he said, now the new map has it all in floodplain, so.
It
they had to
it
have
did.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're in a good spot.
good.
Great. Anything else? Being none, I would entertain a motion to adjourn at 10:10.
Kev, so.
All those in favor?
Scott's already
Aye.
gone.
Please come on the recording.